That's what I think. Let's talk about this year for you. Just the year 2001. I mean, critics love you. You've sold, you know, like almost 8 million worldwide. You've been on the cover of Rolling Stone. You won 3 Billboard Awards. That's cool.
It's very cool.
Right? Those mean something to you?
Well, absolutely. I mean, what means the most to me is people, you know, coming up to me and telling me how they felt this song described exactly what they felt in their life at this particular moment. That means the most to me. But the amount of support that people have given from day one is pretty remarkable.
But all in a year, it happened so fast. And last week, the Grammy nominations came out, and you're nominated for 6. Congratulations. That's incredible.
Thank you.
Very cool. Right?
I'm sitting here trying to wrap my mind around it as we talk. You know what I mean?
It's been a fast year?
In regards to this year, it's been a very dynamic year.
Right. Is that negative or positive? Explain.
Positive. Positive. I mean, there's always negatives within a positive because I think it helps you see things how you're going to see them, but positive.
It's a lot to take in a year, though. Do you think it's gone too fast? Is it overwhelming? Have you had a chance to absorb it all?
Well, I mean, you know, I guess as it goes, you know, you adjust to different situations as they come to you, you know. Right. That's what humans do best, I think. But has it been overwhelming? At times. Sometimes I feel like, woo! But most of the time, you know, I am here doing exactly what I want to do.
Right.
I'm touching people, hopefully. People, I'm able to perform and write and play and produce and do what I love to do.
But with all these accolades that I just read and all of the nominations and the awards, I mean, obviously I'm sure it's a pretty cool thing, but how important are they to you?
I mean...
Just say it. It's late. Don't worry about it.
It is late, right? No, you know what I say? It's that sometimes critics will love you, and sometimes they may hate me, but that can't change.
I haven't read a critic yet that hates you.
Okay, but we have years of this. I'm going to be in this whole minute. You know, you never know. I am speaking long term, but my point is that and no amount of silver or gold or any color statues can make me feel the way I feel about myself. How I feel about myself has to be what I feel and what I do and the effort and the time and the spirit that I put into it. So
you were with a record company, Columbia, if I'm not mistaken. They had you, and what happened? Because you're not with them now, and they must be kicking themselves in the ass that they don't have you.
Well, they might be.
I'm sure they are.
No, you know, there's definitely no animosity there. Like I said, all experience, it helps you grow, you know, it prepares you for the next thing. So what happened in that situation was I was first signed when I was 16. And it was an incredible deal, and everybody was very excited. And when I first started, my manager, Jeff Robinson, we put together a demo, and we did some showcases. So a lot of people were very interested, hence Columbia.
Right.
And I got with Columbia, and this is the first time I ever was in the opportunity to make a record, you know what I mean? So
they must just be killing themselves, because look at you now. I mean, there's so many great things. I know Clive Davis has been somebody that has been a big part of this with you, and I can only imagine how they feel. That must have been a frustrating time.
Well, we weren't on the same page as it came to musically. I think they wanted me to be a little more down the middle, and I wanted to experiment a little more and find my own voice, and so my manager and I realized that wasn't the right place to be, and so we had to move on.
You found your voice, didn't you?
I'm finding it.
Yeah, I think you found it. We're going to take a quick break when we get back. Alicia Keys is going to play us some music, and we'll talk more about her music after this on Last Call.
I want to rock with you.
You probably can't even sit at a piano and not play.
No.
Right?
No.
It's going to be hard for me to even talk to you like this.
I'm sitting here like...
I had this whole crazy vision of, like, you know, Stevie Wonder on Oprah. You know, when they sit there and they go through the, you know, his life and music and inspiration, and that's, you know, what I wanted to do with you, being such a big fan. And I noticed that you were wearing gloves in the first segment. You took them off now.
Yeah.
Do you wear gloves? Do you protect your hands?
Yeah, I try to. You know, the other day I did the stupidest thing. I was pouring myself some tea holding the cup in my hand with the hot water and poured it all over my hand. I was like, that was the dumbest.
Because your hands are very valuable, you know?
So I try to protect my hands, definitely, and I'm always, ever since I was young and I played classical, I was always freezing. My hands would freeze.
Did your parents have the piano down in the meat locker or something? Or?
I don't know, but everywhere I went, whenever I played, my hands tended to
Tell me about classical music, because I know that we read about it, and it says classically trained, and it's something that I don't understand. What could possibly move you about classical music at such a young age, at 10 or 12, let's say?
You know, well, 10 or 12, it was mostly like this.
And did your parents make you go to lessons, and you didn't want to go, or were you into it?
I was into it. I asked to go. I wanted to play from, you know, the first time I walked by these big Steinway stores, and they'd be white and black and cream and little and big pianos, and I always wanted to play.
And were you good immediately? Were you always just really good at it? Was it something that came very naturally? Did you have to work at it?
Both. Both.
What the hell kind of answer is that? Both.
I had to work hard, you know. Dexterity and work on my fingers and going fast and slow, and classical is very, very disciplined, and you have to go through scales and you have to read and write, and so it was definitely learning and a lot of work.
And I know you're a big fan of Beethoven and Chopin. You know, if you could now ask them one thing, you know, what would you want to know about the music that they made that inspired you?
Yeah, that would be a good question. That I will let you know that I'm going to ask.
As you think.
Right. You know, like one of my favorite songs is the Moonlight Sonata, which is why it's on my album. And this is the part of classical that I love. And for some reason, it feels like there's so much passion in there.
There's no lyrics, there's no video.
No, all your imagination. And I would ask them, what in the world were you thinking?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Like, what was going on?
Yeah, I would imagine with classical, it's a lot about a feeling. You like, play me, what does anger feel like? Play me some anger.
Yeah, this is a little angry, I think.
Now play me horny. What does horny sound like on this bad boy? Oh yeah, it's working.
Horny.
I don't know.
You feel horny.
Yeah. Yeah. I do right now. There's two songs that you wrote, Butterflies in the Life, that are on Songs in A minor. Play me some of Butterflies. And you were what? Not even 14?
14.
Lately when I look into your eyes, I realize you're the only one I need in my life. Baby, I just don't know how to describe how lovely you make me feel inside. You give me butterflies, got me flying so high in the sky. Can't control the butterfly. That horny?
That's good. That's good. The answer is yes. It is horny. And we have to take a break. More with Alicia Keys. More playing on Last Call right after this. We'll be right back. Let me talk about your tour for a second. On January 22nd in Hartford, Connecticut, you'll start your tour.
Yes.
Everybody is dying to get out and see you. But more importantly, as a New Yorker, what is it like you'll be playing early in February here at Radio City Music Hall.
Here I come. Here I come. You know what? That's what it feels like. You know, I grew up in New York. I was born and raised in New York. This is where I live. This is what I call home. And the other day, I was on my way to rehearsal, and I think we were taking 6th Avenue. And my name was all the way in the corner, because I'm coming in February 1st. I said, that's my name. That's my name on Radio City. So, wow.
Right next to Barry Manilow.
There you go.
You know you've made it then. Let's talk a little bit about your influences. Take me back. You know, you have a style that is unique and your own, but there are many people in music who have moved you. Walk me through some of the earlier influences for you, and play me what you felt.
Well, I should definitely start with the fact that as my first piano was a brown player piano, which means that at one time there was like, no one could sit there and it would play itself. Almost like picture a saloon. Okay. That's one. That's Scott Joplin.
Right.
Another one.
You learned all of those different styles. It started with that.
Right.
And then what? Did you hear like what happened when you first heard like a Marvin Gaye record?
Oh.
Here comes the horny sound again.
Exactly. No. I just fell in love with Marvin Gaye. Because Marvin Gaye is cool. And Marvin Gaye he talks about what he feels. And that was the first time I was introduced to that depth of that soul. Something like,
You should hear my Marvin, my goodness.
Hey.
But then also, along those lines, contemporary music influenced you in the same way, I would imagine. People like a Jay-Z or Dre or Tupac. How do you incorporate that into this giant instrumentation?
Well, you know, Dre is one of my favorite. He uses a lot of piano in his production. To think of it. So, you know, it's like I went back and forth in between these two worlds. That was one, you know, I was definitely on the streets rocking with Jay-Z and Nas and Wu-Tang and Biggie, oh, my dog, Tupac. But then I would come home and... Let me get right to it because we only have like about 6 minutes. I heard he sang a good song. Killing Me Softly and Roberta Flack. And all of these amazing people.
And you had to put it all together. All of those influences, all of those sounds.
Exactly. And where did it leave me?
Wait, I'll tell you where it left you. That's some good TV right there. We'll be right back to see where it left her. Right after this, more with Alicia Keys on Last Call. We'll be right back. It's a tease. Welcome back. Unfortunately, we don't have that much more time. We've talked about everything from Beethoven to Jay-Z. Alicia, congratulations. She'll be going out to the American Music Awards on Wednesday. You're up for 5. You've got the 6 Grammys.
Thank you.
Good luck for all those awards.
Thank
you deserve
you
every bit of it.
Thank you.
Join us, of course, tomorrow night. We'll be here with Gwyneth Paltrow. And if you wouldn't mind, we'd love to end the show on all those influences culminating to you, the incredible singer-songwriter that you are. And thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Alicia Keys, everybody.
Keep on falling in. Psych, you can buy me diamonds, you can buy me pearls, take me on a cruise around the world. You know I'm worth it, in a lit by candles, run my bubble bed. You know I'm worth it. Wanna please, wanna keep, wanna treat your woman right. Not just go, but to show that you know she is worth your time. Sing it, y'all. You will lose if you choose to refuse to put her first. She will and she can't find a man who knows her. Knows a real woman when he sees her, and a real woman knows a real man ain't afraid to please her, and a real woman knows a real man always comes first, and a real man just can't deny a woman's worth. Break it down. Cause if you treat me fairly, I'll give you all my goods. Treat you like a real woman should. I know you're worth it. Never play me. Promise not to bluff. I'll hold you down when it gets rough. She walks around with your smile, the while being true. Don't take for granted the passions that she has for you. You will lose if you choose to refuse to put her first. She will and she can't find a man who knows her. Thank you, y'all. Thank you, Last Call, for having me tonight. Yeah. Radio City, February 1st and 2nd. I'll see y'all there.